Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Chandra.
Yeah. Okay. So, on behalf of the Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center and Yellow Pond Counseling Center, we wish you all a very good evening and we welcome you all to the workshop on holistic wellness using PERMA V model. And also on behalf of Dr. Suresh Kumar sir, the director of Red Pond Educational and Psychological Research Center, we welcome you once again for this workshop. And it is going to be for 6 days, 3 in this week from February 12 to February 14. And the next 3 days would be from February 19 to February 21. So we are beginning today with yours now. Please take over.
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you so much. And good afternoon, participants. Welcome you all to the Padma workshop. And you all know, like, Padma is a concept that was developed by positive psychology, which is a recent development in the field of psychology. And Padma means like it has a few components where P stands for the post. Am I audible, Chandra? Hello? Am I audible, Chandra?
Yeah, you are audible. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, yes, yeah. So P stands for positive emotions, E for engagement, and R for the relationships. M gives the meaning, and A stands for the accomplishments. So I'm going to talk today about the fourth component of Karma model, that is the meaning. Okay, let us all take a minute and think what meaning is all about. See, positive psychology is a field that is recently developed, and you know all that Martin Seligman is the man behind this evolution of positive psychology. And Martin Seligman defines the meaningful life as using your signature strengths and virtues in the service of something much larger than you are. And positive psychologists also say that when you are talking about meaning of life, you find the answer because you are the answer to give a meaning to your life. Let us look or let us see what this meaning is all about. Okay, can we go? Okay, so and when we talk about the meaning of life, Viktor Frankl is one person who comes to the mind. For him, he's the one who said, like, ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather must recognize that it is he who is asked. In a word, each man is questioned by life, and he can only answer to life by answering for his own life. To life, he can only respond by being responsible. And you all can go through his book, The Search of Meaning uh, by Viktor Frankl, which will teach you a lot of things. And also, as we go deeper into what meaning is all about in positive psychology, Chandra, can we have the next slide?
Okay. Am I playing the right one?
No, no.
Just let me know where I should stop.
Yes. So meaning is to have a sense of previous one, Chandra. It is to have a sense of uh, value. Right. We have a purpose in life, isn't it? We all have a goal, a sense of purpose or something in our life which we give a definition as meaning for our life, isn't it? We all belong to various professions, and for us, when you ask what is meaning for your life, you might come up with different answers. For a person who is at home, for a homemaker, the meaning of her life would be like to take care of her children or to take care of her family. For a student, the meaning of life would be like to excel in the exams. For a child, if you ask what is the meaning, it will say like to play with the toys, isn't it? So meaning is which gives valuable or which makes you feel worthwhile, and also this involves belonging to or serving something that we believe in greater than ourselves, isn't it? So we believe like we have a purpose in life and we are here to serve that purpose. And when we achieve or when we tend to give that, when we tend to achieve that purpose in life, then we feel like, oh, we have a meaning for our lives. Okay, the next slide, Chandra. There are a few theories that have been made up on meaning of life, but Viktor Frankl came up with three core components to his philosophy. He said like each individual has healthy core, okay, and each individual has an internal resource to use this healthy core, and also life offers each individual a purpose and meaning, but it does not owe any happiness fulfillment. Like we all want to be in good books of others, isn't it? We all want to have that sense of belongingness or sense of like doing something for others. So to accomplish that, we should have a healthy core. We should have a solid body, mind, and soul. Where no, you have a positive attitude towards yourself, and once you have this healthy core, the individual will find internal resources within himself and try to make the most uh, usage of these internal usage resources to find the purpose and meaning. And also, once he tends to go on that path, it will give him a sense of happiness and fulfillment. And also, further, Frankel proposed like this could be achieved by creating a work or accomplishing some task. Imagine like you're like given some sort of assignment or you're given a task. Once you do the task, how do you feel? We all feel like we have done something. We all feel like that we have like really have the feel of conquering the world. We feel so accomplished in life. So that is one attribute. The second one is by experiencing something fully or loving somebody, isn't it? Like I told you, when you ask a housewife what is meaning for your life, she will say taking care of my children, giving loving my children, doing whatever they want. So so we discover that is she does is for children also equally she will be distributing her love. And also the third way of discovering meaning would be like but the attitude that one adopts towards unavoidable circumstances. See, life throws a life we have ups and downs and in life, and how we tackle that, how we're going to pull ourselves this will definitely do. There are three. meaning to your life. And there are a few philosophers and academicians, a lot of people who do a lot of regarding this. And yes, the closer we get to being our true self, the closer we are to our source of meaning, isn't it? Meaning, when you're trying to find the meaning of life, you tend to try explore yourselves first. You tend to introspect yourselves. While introspecting, you will come up out. I mean, you will come out with your strengths and come out with your weaknesses. You tend to challenge yourself each and every day. You tend to know like what is your comfort zone and how far you could come out of comfort zone and take up challenges, isn't it? That will really help you to know what your strength is. The next one, the next slide, Chandra. Meaning also means like to have a broader purpose in life, help to focus on what really is important when we are faced with a significant challenge or adversity in our life. I really wanted to tell an example which is very close to my heart. Whenever I talk about meaning in life, I always tell this example. Like we all know, like we have we had a few warfares in the other parts of the world, which we read in social media or on the news channels. So one such incident where in Syria there were bomb blastings, and one photographer was covering the fair, one news reporter, and he came across a small girl, and the small girl didn't have any food for the past 5 days. This photographer had a piece of bread, and as and when the child said like I didn't have food for 5 days, this news TV reporter or the photographer, he gave the piece of bread he had in his pocket. The moment the girl received the piece of bread, she tore it in two halves and she extended one piece to the photographer. See, the girl didn't have food for 5 days, yet she realized what it is. Realized that whatever you have, you could share it with others, and by sharing, you will make the other person happy. She found it in such a small act of kindness. The girl taught the man what the purpose and meaning of life really is about, isn't it? Will we do that? Will we do that? Just think about that. The second and the next slide, Chandra. So that's the book I have. This is another book, Searching for Meaning. And see, human life is very fascinating. We never know what comes, what is in store for us, isn't it? Uh, and there are a few people, when you get old, when you have old people at your home also, you might be listening to them complaining like, what will I do with my life? I've completed all my responsibilities, now I am just waiting for the final call, isn't it? But there are a few people who really tend to find what is the purpose and what is, why they are given this life. So having meaning in your life or working towards a greater purpose is different for everybody. Age is not a criteria to discover the meaning and purpose of your life. For some, it occurs in the early stages of their life. For some, once they finish off all the responsibilities in their life, they tend to explore. If you look at most of the housewives, they will be working till their children grow up. Once their children go out, for their jobs, or once they get married and move out of the home, then they start to complain. All these years I have been toiling, all these years I have like kept each and every moment I have. What is that I have done to myself? What is that I am useless? I don't have any identity for me. So instead of complaining at that moment, if we could really start to search for the real purpose and real meaning to our lives, tomorrow we will not give a chance to complain about, isn't it? And also, meaning when you're really find no in the search of meaning, you will tend out to come with a creative pursuit, or a cause which is very spiritual or which is religious. These housewives, once no every responsibility and everything is done for them, they tend to get into religious things. They get into things that spiritually gives them a contentment, if you could say. In those days what happened, we used to have joint families, so the grandparents had an opportunity to take care of the kids, and they had that bonding between the grandparents and grandchildren. But if you look at now, everything is like, no, it's a nuclear family system, and people don't even have the time to bond with each other. And the grandparents used to tell a lot to the children. They used to teach them. This is the time where the values, the beliefs, and no uh, uh, the moral values are inculcated to the children. Why I'm saying this is, uh, when Martin Seligman has come up with this model of Parma, he emphasized that the meaning of life has four main needs. One is the purpose, that is, the present events that draw meaning to their connection for future outcomes. The second one would be the values which can satisfy certain courses of action. And the third one is efficacy. Efficacy is the belief that one can make a difference. And the fourth one is self worth. Self worth reasons for believing that one is good and worthy person. So in those days, while the grandparents bonded with their grandchildren, all these have been inculcated through storytelling, or through our mythological stories. And also a sense of belongingness was there, the bonding was there. So it was easier for them uh, to find the purpose in their life, isn't it? And also, meaning is not a topic that has received a lot of direct attention. And also it is like identifying, understanding, and applying your strengths and cornerstone concepts for living productive and meaningful life. The next slide, Chandra.
Good evening, madam. I have one small doubt, clarification.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
There are two books you have mentioned. One is Search of Meaning. Another is the one recent Searching for Meaning. Both are different books.
We will send you the book list, sir. I'll send you. There are 7 books where you can go through for. I will send you all the 7 book list. Okay.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, and in pursuit of finding the meaning, usually what happens is an individual will be uh, Chandra, am I audible?
And now you're audible, Veena, but before
Okay.
no. Yeah.
Okay. I think there is some network issue. The voice is not like. Okay. Okay, like I told, there have been lot of research that is happening, and uh, Chandra, am I audible now? Chandra?
Now you're audible, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now we can hear
So
you,
there
Veena.
are, yes, yes, okay. Uh, See, this meaning making process can lead to discover or enhance meaning in many different forms. Okay, like I told you, like the family bonding is one thing, and there are a few things that I will go through. One would be a sense of having. If something happens in our lives, instead of cribbing about why this has happened, if you start to think about, okay, what is it that is teaching, what is it that is I am learning from this incident, once you start to accept or come to terms with that event, you will try to relate to the meaning of your life. Okay, so and so thing has happened to me. So it is a sort of signal, or it is a sort of information for me to either go about or to avoid certain things. And also certain times what happens, meanings will help you to have perceptions of growth. It will have a positive life change, and also sometimes it will really give a meaning of why so and so experience is occurring. Okay, uh, the experiences could be either positive experiences or negative experiences. When we look at the positive experiences, meaningful positive experiences can be like falling in love, the birth of a child, or no, a reconciliation. If you have some sort of fight, or if you have a conflict with your friends or with your loved ones, and you try to reconcile with them, so you feel, whenever you're having any petty fight, or if you have some sort of disagreement, you feel like, oh my god, what is this life? Life sucks, I really don't want this life. But once you reconcile with them, you feel like, okay, this is what I wanted in life, isn't it? That's the positive feeling you'll be having. And also sometimes for a few people, immersing themselves in new cultural ways is also a part of finding meaning. Okay, and also showing someone depth of your feelings, or receiving or trying to express how you feel your emotions would be a positive experience of finding meanings. And also imagine, like I'll tell you a few scenarios, just close your eyes. I want all of you to close your eyes, and I will be reading scenarios, small moments in your lives. Just tell me, how do you feel? Okay, are you all for it? Just close your eyes. Imagine a child taking your hand for the first time, or giving you a completely voluntary and enthusiastic hug. Or imagine running into a friend you haven't seen in a while. Imagine coming home to a happy, loving pet. Or imagine quitting something that makes you unhappy. Imagine having your own time, shutting out everyone out, and enjoying that unexpected time alone. Realize you have mastered a difficult skill. How does that feel? Or how does that feel when you go out with your friends on a road trip? Imagine those moments. Now I want one of you to open your eyes. All of you open your eyes. I want one of you to tell how was the feeling. Can any one of you describe how was the feeling?
Veena Mahajayantan has replied that he was feeling good.
Yes. See, life is not about the big
I feel
achievement.
happy, ma'am. I feel
Yes.
happy, ma'am.
Yes.
Just a minute, Veena. Participants, we would highly encourage your participation in the workshop. I think that will help us learn from. Please do participate and interact. Thank you.
See, life is not about the big accomplishments you do or the big trophies you earn. Life is all about the micro moments also. It's not only the macro moments that gives you immense happy or immense satisfaction. It's the small micro moments, like I told you, whenever you look at a baby smiling, whenever you see someone, when you're traveling in no train or bus, you see a stranger and they smile. It's not every time you have to take it in a negative way. Okay, just smile is something very contagious, and smile is one expression that doesn't need any language. It doesn't have any language barrier, isn't it? You instantly connect through a smile to anyone, isn't it? Even to other animals as well. You smile at them, they instantly will sense that happiness in you. They instantly are attracted towards you, isn't it? Smile is what makes you beautiful, isn't it? So these are the you should know how to really enjoy all these micro moments of your life. These micro moments are like a boosters that will give you happiness, that will really make you to seek the path of meaning or purpose of your life. They are like the pebbles, small pebbles or small stones, which will build the steps for you to get to the hierarchy. Okay. um, these positive moments are help you to find the meaning and purpose of your life, but there are a few negative moments also. But that doesn't mean that one has to break for that. But these significant negative experiences also give profound meaning to us. When you look at the negative meanings, that would be death of loved one, or divorce or separation, or when you lose a job, or whenever there is any natural disaster, or whenever you are suffering with trauma, or whenever you are in a condition where you just miss an accident by a hairline. Okay, they just within a short, there will be a narrow escape from an accident. That moment you will realize you will be very scary, and it will be a tormenting incident. You'll be having nightmares also, but yet you will start to realize at that moment what is that has saved me. So have some, there should be some purpose for me, so that I didn't no I didn't lose my life in this accident. Then you will start to realize what is the actual meaning and actual purpose of your life. And also, sometimes life will not be very what to say smooth. Like I told, it's not always a bed of roses. Even if it is a bed of roses, as much as you tend to enjoy the petals of the rose, you have to look in for the thorns as well. Sometimes there will be certain news, certain shocking news, where you will be discovering like one of the loved ones is suffering from some terminal illness, or you yourselves will be suffering from some terminal illness, isn't it? That time it will be like a big blow for all of us. That time we will then try to realize like, oh, I don't have much time. At least now I have to like make most of the time that is left for me. Then you will turn to looking for meaning and purpose in your life. Okay, so these are a few negative experiences that will make you realize uh, what is the purpose and meaning of your life. Okay, uh, and when you go through the slides, the next slide, Chandra, there are a few things which you could really involve yourselves, where you can find the meaning and purpose of your life. So meaning can be found by volunteering for a community group or for raising money or charity. Like, when you do see, when you look at happiness, there are two types of happiness. One is for self, that is hedonistic. Okay, the other is when you do something for others, that is eudaimonic happiness, when you are putting yourselves for a cause, for helping others. Okay, like, for instance, uh, okay, how many boys are, I mean, men are there in this group, or how many women are there?
Veena, we have Mr. Muttu, Mr. Hari, Mr. Maha Jayantan.
Okay.
I think 3 of them.
Okay, so for all the men in this group, I want them to answer. So, which gives you immense happiness? Buying a car, or your favorite car, which you have been dreaming for a long period of time, that yes, this is the car I want to have. Will it give you more happiness, or an incident where you help another person so that you avoid him getting hit by someone, or no, avoid, you try to save his life? Which incident gives you more happiness?
And the second one, saving a person.
Why so? You don't know who he is.
Like, I was
this
able to do something outside me, like, for someone else.
this car, you have been dreaming for years and years that you have to own this car, and you brought it. When you try to measure the amount of happiness you receive, so which will be more happier for you?
Helping the other person, ma'am.
So that is something objective, you're doing it, it's a selfless act, isn't it? You're doing it for others. So that is something very unconditional, that you're doing selflessly without expecting something in return. It's a selfless act. So this is known as eudaimonic happiness, where you're trying to spread that happiness to others. So definitely the intensity or the amount of happiness you receive it, because when you're buying a car, the amount of happiness will be high for day one, day two. But as years pass by, the intensity of happiness decreases, isn't it? Automatically, you will be looking in for the other end, the other model, or you will be going for higher end of the same car, isn't it? So there is no stopping for that. If not this, the other. But when you are like trying to help others, that would be the highest level of happiness, or the highest level of satisfaction you will be subjecting yourselves. That is the reason always, when you do a selfless act, it will be very very satisfactory, and you feel that you are the best. We all feel like we are, no, a sort of avenger, or avenger varo illiya. We all feel like, no, we are the avengers. We are trying to be the superheroes on this earth. Okay, the next slide, Chandra. Okay, for most of the people, they relate, their meaning would be like getting connected to the higher sense or higher purpose. I mean, something that is supremo for them, that could be their spirituality. Okay, they tend to like shut themselves from the all these what to say, uh, monetary things, and tend to go in search of the real purpose and meaning of life. You can see, like in our Indian tradition, we have the yogis who just leave everything, uh, the earthly pleasures, and subject themselves for a sort of penance, and get in connection to the higher supreme. Okay, for most of the people, it would be a strong related personal value. The next slide, Chandra. Like I told you, there are four components of meaning: the purpose, the values, the efficacy, and self-worth. The next one. So this is the meaning of life. A few researchers have given a meaning of life, and people who have purpose in their life have greater longevity. When you tend to really looking for the purpose or meaning of life, they have a longer longevity. They tend to live for more years because of fewer health problems. That is one research done by Kashdan and Knight in 2009. The next slide, Chandra. Like I told you, a sense of belonging to something bigger than self is an important element. So there are a few people who in really once their responsibilities are over, they really look into like how I could get out and have a life for myself, how I could be useful for others. We have a few examples also, like Mother Teresa, isn't it? She is one. Whenever you ask who is the most inspiring female for you, other than our mother, we always tend to relate to Mother Teresa. And when someone asks who is the most beautiful woman, what would be your answer? You don't see any beautiful women.
I think for most of us, it will be our mother, firstly, inside the house.
Yes.
And maybe outside, we have to think about Mother Teresa. And most people also like our Dr. Jayalalitha. A lot of people are inspiring to most people outside.
Yes, but whenever we ask who is the most beautiful person, we always tend to look in for our mother, because, like I told, for her, children are the epitome of her world. The crux of her world would be her children, and she would be devoting herself entirely for the betterment of the children, isn't it? The next slide, Chandra. Okay. People who are more optimistic also tend to have strong sense of meaning, because optimistic people are ones who always have these positive vibes, and these positive vibes, they don't keep it to themselves. It's very contagious. You could look at the girl all beaming with smile, isn't it? When you're optimistic, everything feels positive. Everything inside you and outside you feels very positive. So that there are a few things where you could get this optimism. There are a few practices like gratitude, a few practices like self-care, self-love, self-compassion. These are a few things where you could like really reinforce your optimism. The next slide, Chandra. So people who can identify a positive ending and a sense of closure from a difficult event have better subjective well-being. So, like I told you, people who are optimistic always think whenever any challenge is thrown at them, they would say like, "It's okay. I can manage. I will come out of this." So they will always be open for challenges, and their positivity will help them to, like I told you, help them to have a subjective well-being, isn't it? So these people will take up those challenges and come up and excel in that. Okay. So when you have that subjective well-being, you will have a positivity that will be radiating inside you. Okay. The next slide. Like I told you, people who find meaning will have resilience. Resilience is whenever you have any event, or whenever you tend to like become low, or when you get low due to any negative event, the attribute which makes you to bounce back is known as resilience. In Tamil they will say "எவ்வளோ அடிச்சாலும் தாங்குறாங்க." That's what happens when you throw a ball to a wall. It will bounce back with the same intensity you throw. It will bounce back with even more force, isn't it? I mean, with that intensity, or with even greater force. So people who tend to find meaning in their life will have this resilience a lot. So whatever challenges or downfalls or pitfalls are there in their life, they tend to bounce back, and they will not give up that easily and move ahead. The next slide, Chandra. We can move through the slides. So how to build meaning? The next slide. By indulging yourselves in meaningful activities. Meaningful activities could be anything. For some people, doing nothing could be meaningful to them. Whatever gives you immense happiness, immense joy, you could do that. Spend time with nature, spend time with your loved ones, spend time in something productive, no, where you feel happiness. The next slide, Chandra. Like I told you, try to spend time with people who you really are concerned about. It's not about the quantity of time, it's about the quality of time. Even if you are spending 10 minutes of time, give your undivided attention to them. If you're in a family, make it a point that you all sit together, have at least one meal together in the family. Please don't discuss about anything, just be there. And no, that will definitely help you to inculcate the values in your family to the next generation. It is those small random acts that will inculcate the family values within your kids. Kids always don't what to say. As parents, if you say something to do, kids will not listen. But when you're doing something, they observe that and they tend to follow that. So when you're trying to do certain things in your family, if you're having certain, no, each families will have their own family values, family beliefs, families no attitudes. So you are trying to pass it on to the next generation. So try to spend as much as po- possible quality time with your loved ones. The next one, Chandra. Meaning and strength. Okay, like I told you, when you're trying to know what a meaning or purpose of your life is, you try to introspect and know like what you're really interested about, what are your strengths and what is your weakness. So it's always better for an individual to know what his strengths are. One would be very good in cooking, one would be very good in dancing, one would be very good in interpersonal, like talking with other people, making new friends, making networks. So it will really help you to come out what your strengths are. it is very important for a person to know his strengths and weakness. If you don't know your strengths also, okay, but you have to know what your weakness is, and that will really help you to work on that. The next slide, Chandra. And when you know what your strengths and weaknesses are, that will really help you to apply it in your life. For instance, like I told you, people who are very good in interpersonal communication, they could be in hospital sector. There are a few people who don't know how to sing, but they will be very good with sounds. No, they will be saying like whether the notes are sung properly or not, whether the notes are taken in a proper pitch or not. So but if you ask them to sing, they'll not be able to sing, but they are very good in observing the sounds. So depending on those trends, on those personal traits, uh, you can really plan up your profession also. So meaning in this sense will help you to know your strengths, and this will be helping you to plan up your future as well. Be authentic, embrace the real you. Meaning will give you what you are. Like I told you, when I ask what is meaning of your life, there is no answer because you are the answer. So each individual is unique, each individual has his own attributes. None can replace you. I am myself. No one can be like me. I am a unique person. See, this universe has a lot of people, isn't it? There are some millions and billions and trillions of people. Though there will be many, many Chandras, many Veenas, but this Veena is unique, isn't it? You are unique. We are all, it is like individual together coming and giving a bigger meaning to the abundance. So we are all a part of this entire Brahmanda, isn't it? So you be authenticated, though you're a minute speck of dust, you will be given a bigger dimension to the entire universe. So it's not how small or how big you are, but you yourself as such, you are giving a dimension. So be always be authenticate and embrace the real you. The next slide, Chandra. That's it. Okay, so I take this opportunity to thank for giving me this opportunity. Like I told you, when you are trying to know the meaning of your life, you are the meaning for your life. So if you have any doubts, I hope I did justification for the session. If you could have followed it in the Parma model, you would have gone really known about the other attributes of Parma. Then this meaning would have made a meaning as such. But still, I hope you all enjoyed this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Veena, for accepting to have the first session today. Actually, it should have been our Suresh Share session on positive emotions in order, but due to unavoidable situation, Share couldn't turn up today for his session. But he's coming in the next week. But as Veena said, the PERMA starts with P and it ends with V. P for positive emotions, E for engagement, R for relationships, for meaning, A for accomplishment, and V for vitality. So as Veena said, if we have been in order, she feels like this session would have added more meaning to the rest of the contributions. But personally, I feel you have done the best of your job, Veena. And also you have got a comment in the chat box from our Muthu sir. He says that aesthetically and meaningfully designed slides and coordination of presentations. So you smashed it. Okay. Don't worry for being the first presenter. And now I request the participants to ask your questions or any clarifications, or if you want to share your thoughts on meaning of life, we would be very happy to hear from you.
Good evening to everyone. Though
Please,
this, as you rightly said, it is not in the correct order, like no, as Parma V. But still, I found that today's session seems to be like no fits in very well. Like no, the starting the entire workshop series with the meaning of life is really wonderful. I think it looking forward to the rest of the presentations. And I'm really wondering, like in our country, the main problem is the people like lost their meaning because of rat race. Everyone runs towards, like for example, if you take the parents, they run towards MBBS. Like for the children, they dream for becoming a doctor or engineer, thereby like, literally smashing their dreams. What the child is made of. So not only there, even the politics everywhere. I found the meaning is not the people are not realizing the meaning of their life. Such a wonderful workshop. Why it is not popularized? Like, I'm really surprised. Like this kind of things is the need of the hour in our country. Like we are, because I have gone through. I am attending this course because of certain difficulties I experienced in my life, the difficulties I'm going through right now, etc. And I'm finding the same difficulties are faced by majority of the people in our country. So how to popularize, how to take it forward? I found Veena madam's presentation, in spite of having very low participation, she went with full josh without any demoralization or so. So how to take this kind of thing forward? How to bring in a revolution in our country?
Sir, like I told you, it takes a small matchstick to burn the entire forest. It's not about how small you are. I told you, we are all a small speck of dust, but we give meaning to the entire universe. So when the deed is very strong, you can get that revolution. You yourself told. Now that you have like benefited from this workshop, you could tell about this to your friends where they can get benefited. So this is how it goes. It's a chain reaction, so you get benefited, you take up that meaning. Now you found the meaning and purpose in your life, isn't it? So you could like make others also feel their meaning and help them to know their meaning and purpose of their life. So this is how you could do what you learn. When you tend to apply it in your life, that itself will show the meaning of life.
A good, ma'am, very inspiring answer. And I'm sure, like as you said, even if we ask how many Buddhas came, how many Jesus Christ, or how many Krishna, it's all one. Or Mahatma Gandhi, it is all like Mother Teresa one, but they literally a small matchstick lit the fire. So I think it might, like as you said, it might.
thank you very much, Muthu sir. And Veena, for your kind information, sir has retired from the service. He has been a commander in Indian Navy.
Yes.
So he must be knowing better the struggles what the peoples are facing in real time, and he should have inspired many people like this what we are doing now. So we have got feedbacks on the chat box saying that it was nice and they're thanking you, Veena. Do we have any questions to discuss here?
Chandra is
I think
practically showing her purpose and meaning of. Kevin.
say hi to
Hi.
hi everyone. Okay.
Hi, hello, good evening.
Say hello to Muthu uncle. Hi Muthu uncle.
Hi, Muthu uncle.
Oh, thank you, so nice.
Veena, I think you have done a wonderful session today. Without people, having second thought of what about meaning and what about the purpose of life. You have given a puzzle in front of all of us saying that you are the meaning to your life. Please don't search outside. And I think this is a nice message that anyone can take for this evening. So thank you very much for being here and having done a beautiful job. We will find more meanings and purposes within ourselves and live a better life. Thanks for your time and thanks for your insights.
Thank you. Thank you.
Participants, thank you also for you for being here this evening, and also see you tomorrow for another session on engagement by our resource person, Dr. Subhashri. Thank you.
Thank you.
very
Thank you,
much.
one and all.
Bhavin
Thank
wants
you.
lemon juice. Okay? Okay. Say bye.
Thank you.
See you all tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Keep
Thank you.
sharing the presentations and worksheets in the group for
Yes,
your
yes.
references.
Sure, sure. Okay, okay, Chitra.
Bye. Thank you. See you all tomorrow.